And so, as I get ready to wrap this up, let me ask you another question. Ask it in the quietness of your own mind and answer it in the quietness of your own mind. How do you see yourself?
8.
How do you feel about yourself? Never go to sleep at night unless you're sure that you do some mental practice to ascertain that you feel right about yourself. Before you go to sleep, and this is the way I pray, you see. When you pray correctly, it means to invoke. We call it invocation. It means to invoke the feeling of that good which you desire within your own mind. Before you go to sleep, invoke the feeling of health. Ask yourself, how do I feel about my health? And simply say to yourself, I feel healthy. Even if you have a terrific headache, leave that conscious area of mind and go to the transliminal area of mind, to that place where God dwells in you, because at that place there is no sickness. You see, there is a place in your mind, there is a place in your being where you are all right. And this is the mystic meaning of one of the old black spirituals. Everything is all right in my Father's house. But this Father's house is a place in you. It's not just simply a place in the sky by and by. The Father's house is in you, and you can go to that place in your mind. And each evening, before you go to sleep, be sure that you ask yourself, how do I feel about myself? And invoke a healthy feeling about yourself. And say to yourself, I feel healthy. I feel happy. Think about the happy moments that you've had. I feel loving and beloved. Think of the people with whom you have a loving experience. Say to yourself, I feel successful and prosperous. There's a gentleman by the name of Clement Stone who's a multi-millionaire. He is president and founder of large insurance companies. And he does a very seemingly silly little thing every day and has all of his sales staff to do it with him. In his sales seminars and motivation seminars, he has people to say, I feel great, I feel terrific. And as a matter of fact, grown man that he is, multimillionaire, with all of the educated and sophisticated people in his organization, when he goes to a motivation meeting, he has them all to sing that little Sunday school song, I feel the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Why? The secret is this. A happy person must be successful. A happy person will be healthy. And here again we have the counterpart of the meaning in the Bible. What does it say? The joy of the Lord is your strength. Say that scripture with me. Come on. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And again, another psychological interpretation from the Bible. And by the way, now I interpret the Bible psychologically more than I do theologically. The Israelites were told, let not the sun go down on your wrath. This means that you should never fall asleep in an angry state of mind. You should never fall asleep with unforgiveness in your heart. You should never fall asleep feeling discouraged. I preached a sermon at the church in New York a few months ago, and I told the people this. I said, when you sleep on two beds. You don't sleep on one bed. You sleep on that physical bed that you lie down on. And you also sleep on a mental bed, a psychological bed. And before you go to sleep, you should prepare your psychological bed. You should prepare your emotional bed. Because you see, while you are sleeping, the feelings, the thoughts, the moods and attitudes which are impressed upon your subconscious mind are free in the universal subconscious to go out and to contact all of those people that match your moods. Go to sleep angry, you are asking to meet people the next day that are going to try to do you a dirty deal. Because all of that anger is loose in the universal subconscious and will draw to you that which is like unto your thoughts, moods, and attitudes. So clear your mind, feel right with yourself, be right with yourself before you fall asleep. The next little technique that I'm going to give you is a technique for waking up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is push myself up in bed and I begin to speak my word to bless the day ahead of me. And I like that old song. This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Forgive me if I begin to preach. I am a preacher, you know. So say with me this beautiful psalm. This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And say beautiful things. I feel strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Because the Bible does say, my word that goes forth out of my mouth shall not return unto me void, but it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I send it. And this is not a big God in the sky that's speaking, you know. God speaks through you. God speaks in you. The words that go forth out of your mouth will not return unto you void. Let me take a moment more of your time to give you an example of this. I was walking down the streets of Miami one Sunday morning, hoping no one would recognize me. But a young man came up beside me, and he was looking at his hand and looking at me. So finally he said, excuse me, sir, are you Reverend Ike? I said, yes. He said, Reverend, everything that I have tried does not work. I got in a lot of debt, he said, in New York, and I tried to work my way out of debt, but I couldn't. I just could not succeed no matter what I tried. And I came to Miami to try to work and to become successful and to pay off my debts. But Reverend, no matter what I do, I can't succeed. Why? I looked at him and I said, son, you just told the reason yourself. You just answered your own question. You said, I can't. And it is a good thing to watch your words. Never say anything that you don't want to experience. Like, for example, I've taught people how to have a good relationship with money. Last Friday night at the church in New York, I spoke from the subject, the romance of money. Because, you know, money has ears. I've found out some things about money that most people don't know. And I'll tell you something else I found out about money. Money is a woman. Not only is money a woman, money is a high-class lady. And if you say dirty things about her, she will not have anything to do with you. This is why I teach people, never say, I can't hold money. Money hears that, you see, because again, money is a subconscious vibration. When you say, I can't hold money, that's a signal to money. I'm going to stay away from him or her. And then if for some reason or the other you have a religious belief that money is dirty, money is filthy, that money is evil, money stays away from you because money is insulted about what you think about her. The other day, my editorial department sent me a very choice quotation, an old Irish proverb, which says thus, money hath sworn an oath that nobody who did not love her would ever have her. So be careful what you say. The words that go forth out of your mouth affect your circumstances and your conditions. Now, I must rush along and come to a close here. For a moment, I want to mention self-motivation. Now, what does self-motivation mean? Self-motivation means self-moving. Say that with me, self-moving. Come on, self-moving. Make some kind of a moving movement so that you feel it. Come on, self-moving. And the person who is self-motivated is a self-mover. And by the way, I'm going to use, as I wind this up, one of the techniques of affirmation that I use in all of my speeches, the technique of affirmation. Will you feel and will you say with me, I am a self-mover? Come on. I am a self-mover. And you see, this is the way you should think, and this is the way you should live. You should approach life. You should approach the goals, the good which you desire to accomplish, like you have, quote, a tiger in your tank, unquote, and become a self-mover. I think it was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow in the Psalm of Life who says, be not like dumb-driven cattle. And you see, if we do not learn how to move ourselves, then others will control us. But if you learn how to move yourself, then nobody else will get a chance to control you. Self-mastery has to do with a person understanding that the Almighty Infinite God has given it to him to be master of his own fate and captain of his own soul. And when you become your own master, then no one else can enslave you. In the one God, everyone is God of his own experience. But you must believe in that power of God, that power of good, which resides within you. And when you believe in yourself positively and correctly, believe that you can talk, and do, can do, and then you'll be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have what you want to have. Thank you very much.